Hello and welcome back to the finish line and our Punchestown Festival preview. Proudly brought to you by Hollywoodbets, who are enhancing a few prices and doubles and so on, which I'll go through in a minute. But as always, Jeaned.
He's drinking Monster again.
It's not going to end well, that drinking that Monster crap.
I need it. I'm working hard.
He keeps bringing me clippos. That's the main thing. I don't care why he does if he's bringing me clippos.
I'll bring you clippos, keep you quiet, but it's certainly not working. Anyway, except Dave and Tom and Andrew Blair White, aka The Witch, aka Paul Nolan's next assistant.
Love Child.
Yeah, one of the two.
Love Child, Jesus Christ.
Have you not heard that one before? It's really good when they put the pictures of the two of them together.
How did the radio gig go, Andrew?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it went very well. I put up Potter Man and You Never Call on it, so Potter Man.
No.
I put him up as well. I am 100% claiming that as a win.
Nope.
I'm claiming it. I'm claiming it because there's money in my betting account from it.
No,
correct.
No, we already had.
There's a bet with a W beside it in my betting account.
What is the result? Right. Potterman first.
This is a
Casey's
joke,
Light second. In Rollo third.
Imagine we try and claim that, Dave.
This is a joke. Sponge and the Witch there making a fool of me.
Jealousy and just God, don't know what to call Tom. What's the other one?
Right. Correct.
Wrong. What? Go to the Bet365 Gold Cup. Tell me the result. Please tell me the result. Look, wait, I'll tell you for you. Who won it? Potter's Man. Exactly.
Fucking didn't win it.
Who won it? What's the record say? Potter's Man first. Great ride, I have to say. Best ride ever. To keep out of the way of that lunatic. Unbelievable ride. Well played, Tom.
You know what, Tom? With the way things have gone the last while, I knew he was going to get it. Because there's no such thing as luck in life. They're beside me. It wasn't luck. And remember, I put him up. What was the? Is it the Classic Chase or whatever? He came second in. That one he got done on the line anyway, and he jumped like an absolute. He jumped like a dog, and didn't win. And then when this happened Saturday, I was sitting on the couch going, "He's going to win. He's actually going to be given the race, and he would have been third."
Great. Yeah, I think that rule's changing, doesn't it? Because there's no way that should have been the result anyway.
I like it. What do you think, Andrew? Great rule, isn't it?
It's a great result. Like I've been going on all year about these BHA stewards. They're top of the bus, like absolutely top of the bus.
They are.
I haven't made a mistake all year. So
anybody that backed Potterman should have been doing the lotto as well. Did you do the lotto?
No, I didn't.
You should have.
Too busy getting sunburned out in my garden.
Somebody's already brought that up in the comments that you're a bit sun-kissed, all right?
Oh, I'm absolutely roasted.
He's very sunburned because I'm pure white. Like.
I was out painting the garden fence and I was starting putting down the foundation for the deck and I am scalded.
Steve Stevenson, Andrew and Dave, where did you get your haircuts? No haircuts.
Dave don't get haircuts.
No haircuts here. That didn't happen.
Dave Kate done mine.
No wonder it looks so bad.
Better than yours, at least I have a haircut. We're meant to be talking about Punchestown right now.
No, yeah, we're going to get on to it now.
Right, so enhanced prices, I get these out of the way first. So they're all going to be up there now, so I'm not putting them up every 2 seconds. So day one enhancement is Envoi Allen to win. That's been enhanced to 15-10. Strange odds. Day two, Minella Indo to win.
So, yeah, that's 6-4. That's 1.5.
Yeah, I'm just reading them. I'm not doing the maths. He's an accountant. He can do it. He's qualified now. He may as well start earning his keep.
He's like, what? 15-10? Okay.
Start earning his keep. Tom, you'll like this one. Day three, Sire Du Berlais and Energumene both to win 15-2.
You forgot day two.
Did I?
Yeah.
No, he jumped over me.
Sorry.
Minella Indo to win the Gold Cup is 7-4. Honeysuckle and Bob Olinger both to win is 18-10. Tell Me Something Girl to win the Mayor's Hurdle is 6-1. And Carlixios to win the 4-year-old hurdle is 2-1. So they're all in the description on Facebook. I'm going to copy and paste and put them onto the YouTube one. I have to wait till this go live. Put on it, and you see all the terms there, how much you can have on, what you can't have on. they'll be live from now until we finish at the end of this. So, yeah, I'll do that now. But before that, we are going to start with the first race, which is on the Tuesday. It's not the first race, but anyway. It's the 2 mile champion novice hurdle. So Echoes and Rain is 10 to 11. Blue Lord is 23 to 20. Orade is 14s. Colonel Mustard is 25s. And Duke Cup is 28 to 1. Am I the only one that's surprised that Paul Town has picked Blue Lord and then the fact that Blue Lord is not favourite?
Surprised he picked Blue Lord, to be honest. That Echoes and Rain form is working out really, really well, isn't it? And to be honest, getting £7 from Blue Lord, who was, I think, going to be out on his legs by the time he got to the top of the hill in Cheltenham anyway. I know who I'd be siding with, you know?
Mm-hmm. Which is
get there. Which is Echoes and Rain. Especially getting £7, I'd be fancying her. I'd have ridden her, to be honest. Interesting on official ratings, Blue Lord is 148, Echoes and Rain is 141, and there's £7 between them, so it should be pretty close. A bit of a disappointing turnout, and I have a feeling that might be a bit of a theme throughout the week in some of these big graded races. We'll see another one later that's not got many numbers, but as long as they have the class, that's all that matters. One I'll just give a shout out to. This might be a bit too much for him at the minute, but he's 16 to 1, which is a big price. Is that Orade was off for 427 days and caught my eye in a Punchestown novice hurdle behind the Devil's Coachman. Ran quite a nice race. This is his next start, so yeah, keep an eye on him. He's a nice horse. Whether he'll be able to beat Echoes and Rain is another thing, but going forward, he's a nice horse on you.
Andrew, you Echoes and Rain, or is it Paul Townend? He's not going on Blue Lord for the sake of, especially going after the championship with Rachel.
Yeah, well, it was. I'd agree with Tom. I was surprised that he was on Blue Lord, but yeah, no, I'd probably side with him over Echoes in Rain. Echoes in Rain is just one of these horses I haven't taken to in the slightest. I can't tell you why. Perhaps she's just won races that I've thought something else would win. I thought the race at Fairyhouse the last day just fell apart completely. Like, the Devil's Coachman hasn't run his race. The rest of them she's beaten there aren't up to a whole pile. The Belfast Banter form looks decent enough, but I'm still scratching my head how Belfast Banter has won a Grade 1 this year. That's one of life's great mysteries. So I thought Blue Lord was running a big race in the Supreme. I wouldn't be quite as snippy as Tom was about him at the top of the hill. I think he'd have run a super race. He's had some decent enough form this year with Appreciated and Bob Olinger, who are the two standard bearers of novice hurdle form. So I think I'm going to take him to potentially get the better of Echoes in Rain and maybe get a fairly deserved Grade 1 on the board with no Appreciated and Bob Olinger there to ruin the party for him.
Who are you going? Is it going to rain on Paul Townend's parade?
That
was awful.
Yeah, that was terrible.
That was terrible. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I never did that again. That was nearly as bad as your Dublin joke. That was the worst joke ever. Anyway, back to the race.
Echoes and Rain for me. Blue Lord just seems to always find a way to lose, and I don't really like horses like that.
Find a way to lose. He's ran 4 times in life. He's won 1, came second and third.
Won. And then, Blue Lord is great, and then loses. Blue Lord this time, and then loses. And then, Blue Lord is going to be the each way bet for the Supreme and eats dirt. Nah, Echoes and Rain for me.
I don't know where you're getting the Blue Lord stuff. Anyway, I think Blue Lord will win because I think this is such a small field. Echoes and Rain is not going to get the cover she wants. If she pulls the way she done behind that bloody yoke, that Rowan and McNally's thing.
The real deal.
If she goes in front, pulls like that, Paul Townend is going to track her. She won't be able to get the cover she wants to sit in behind. So he has to Patrick has to make up his mind very quickly what he's going to do. You can put Blue Lord anywhere. You can put him in front. You can put him in behind. I just think tactically it's going to be run in Blue Lord's favour, and I think that's why Paul is on Blue Lord. I think that she's not going to get cover. if she wants to settle, they're going to have to leave her bowl along. Might be run at a sedate gallop and just...
Great point in the comments there.
That's not often I do make great points.
No. There was a great point in the comments there.
What?
Blue Lord pulls worse than Echoes and Rain, which is probably correct.
No,
I was waiting for him to finish until I said it.
Yeah,
I think he's keen, and I don't think they're going to want to let him bowl along in front.
She's worse. She is worse.
There's no pace in this race, and I think she'll bowl along in front, and I think she'll make all the running, to be honest.
Just like gosh.
I just think that Paul Townend's done an absolute number on this horse the last twice, and I know Patrick Mullins can get the job done, but he's no Paul Townend, and I think this horse is difficult, very difficult. So like I'd be concerned.
Yeah, I think come Tuesday I can see Blue Lord getting closer and closer in the bet and takeaways way.
You're so sunburned. It's unbelievable.
Oh, every time I do this, it's so sore.
He's like
it wasn't even warm out.
He's like one of them lava lamps here beside me.
Oh, hence why the heater's not on, because I'm heating up the whole goddamn room. Or 2 for Blue Lord and 2 for Echoes and Rain then.
Echoes and Rain, yeah.
Oh, my neck hurts so bad. Moving on. Champion Chase time. Shack and Puswa is 6-5, Allaho is 6-4, Newbay Negra is 6, First Flow 12, Silas Emery is 20, Crastle Grace Paddy is 20s, and Daily Tiger is 40s. Dave, is Shashan going to upset my Allaho, or is Newbay Negra going to creep around and do them all?
I refuse to believe that Allaho form will be matched again. Maybe next year at Cheltenham, like Tom and yourself have said, but I just refuse to believe it until I see it again. I think they're probably doing the right thing by Allaho and leaving him have a go at a 2-mile race and bowl along. Shaq, I don't know what to make of his run at Cheltenham. He looked
just say it, will you?
He looked like
say Allaho's going to win. Just get
he looked like he was coming to win the race and then just flattened out and was out battled. And I'm going to go for Newbay Negra in this.
Absolute traitor.
I think he travelled the best of all the horses in the champion chase. He was last off the bridle. And I wouldn't think it bad of any horse being out battled by Put the Kettle on at Cheltenham, because she's pounds upon pounds better at Cheltenham than she is anywhere else. I think they're done the right thing bringing him over, and they obviously want to give it a go. He holds Shakan on form at Cheltenham, so I think he's a good price. He's about 6-1, I think.
Yeah. Andrew, where are you looking at this? It looks like a good race. We have 2 English contenders and Shakan looking to get his career back on track. Season back. Where are you going with it?
Yeah, a good, very good race. Tough race as well, because I'm a massive fan about Shakan and Allaho. I'd agree with Dave, actually, just in terms of the current prices. The one that's overpriced is Newbay Negra at 6-1, who just should be 3 or 4 to 1. There's no getting away from that. That being said, I don't know. I think as much as you can say, like, Put the Kettle on running above herself at Cheltenham and stuff like that, I still just have it in my head that Shakan's run 10 pounds below himself in that champion chase. For whatever reason, was it track? Was it just him not being himself? I don't know. But when he beat Defi de Soy at Punchestown a couple of years ago in the novice chase, it was a frightening performance. Ever since at Leopardstown, he's put in frightening performances. He's a natural 2-miler. Allaho, I love Allaho. I don't know. I can't see him doing it over 2 miles, and I'd be worried that he's had an extremely hard race as well. So no, I'm looking for Shakan to get back on the track here. I think as well, I know some people will rebuff this, but he's currently 12 or 14 to 1 for next year's champion chase, which I think is the bet of that race, because he's suddenly been forgotten for one bad run at the track. And I think if he goes into Vars these, which I think he could do, he certainly won't be that after the race.
I think rebuffed has just become my new favourite word.
Someone called you a Neapolitan ice cream, or what it looks like, because you are so pink in the comments. I swear to God.
Come tomorrow now. I'll be brown as that.
Oh,
now.
yeah, tanned.
Anyway, Tom, where are you going with it? Tom looks like Casper, the Friendly Ghost.
Yeah, I'm very pale, and I have to sort my. I need to sort my lighting out somehow. It's just not working for me at the minute. But
I'll send you up more.
Yeah, and I don't know, maybe a face transplant, definitely a hair transplant, something to help. The beard is the only thing. The beard is the only good thing. Like, I've got the beard down, but that's about it, to be honest. Apart from that,
call your phone there, and we'll have a chat with her, and we get your self-esteem up.
Reeking in confidence there, anyway, Tom. Well done.
Loving it, Dave. Loving it. I kind of agree with what you two guys both said about Nube Negra. It just, as soon as I looked at the race and 6-1, it just doesn't make any sense, really. He's run 2 races this year where he's absolutely bolted up at Kempton. Altior, say what you want about him, he's run a solid race there at the weekend. And Nube Negra absolutely smashed him. He's then gone and finished second in the champion chase, where he travelled like a dream. He had to get switched to make his challenge. He's only been beaten half a length. He's beaten Shakan there by a length. I just don't get why Shakan is such a short price then, and Nube Negra is 6-1. So from a betting point of view, I've actually already backed Nube Negra, and from that standpoint, I think he's an outstanding bet, really, at those prices. First flow again, surely this is going to happen too fast for him. Silas Emery, it's just not for me over fences, I think, really. Allaho, then, I reckon that the next time you see Allaho do anything like that will be at the Ryanair next year. I don't think he'll put up a performance like that until he goes back to Cheltenham over that trip. A bit like put the kettle on, really. She looks a specialist around Cheltenham. And then Shakan, yeah, I mean, look, he's got his chance, hasn't he? Not going to write him off after one bad run. I think I made the point as well. A good few of Willie's ran below themselves at Cheltenham, which sounds mad to say after he had however many winners and was champion trainer at the meeting. But he was even saying himself, a few of them disappointed him, and I think you could put Shakan into that. I think Monkfish is another one to throw into that as well. That, on a Monkfish going day, he should have destroyed that field, and class just got him through it. So yeah, look at the prices. I'm very happy to take a chance on Nube Negra.
Now, the way I'm looking at this, I mean,
Allaho needs 2.5 miles. Allaho needs 2.5 miles, because this is what you've said all the time.
The way I'm looking at this,
you're going to back Nube Negra, I know you.
Allaho will go off like the clappers. He'll end up not having the pace at the end. He'll be staying on going to the finish, and Shaq will be coming there swinging on the bridle and go past him. Shakan back on a flat track, back to probably one of his best performances the whole career. We were there when he done it, and we just looked at it and went, holy shit, what was that? A proper pace on a flat track around there is going to suit him down to the ground. What?
Just keep going. I just get some buzz off the comments. Apparently, I made a fortune presenting the Crystal Maze. Very good, very good.
But anyway, I think Allaho, he's obviously going to go out in front. He'll go off at a good pace. I just think that Shakan, it'll be run to suit him down to the ground. Nube Negra is when he's in a fight now. Yeah, I think if Allaho goes off too quickly, he'll fold. That race is going to take a good bit out of him. You don't go that quick over 2.5 miles around Cheltenham and come out of it okay. As the lads alluded to, William Mullins' horse has been underperformed. Like, Shakan jumped to the front, length ahead of Put the Kettle on, and just tied up at the end. Was it the hill? Wasn't the hill? We don't know. We alluded to kind of on the run up, will the hill catch him out? We don't know, because we were saying.
I'm not having it was the hill. I saw him destroy Min at Leopardstown one day, and he was not stopping going up that hill at Leopardstown. So I just think he ran beneath himself. I'm not having it was there.
No, it's as I said. I even said before. Don't forget whatever Alho does to the rest of the season and next season until he hits Cheltenham. He'd do it again at Cheltenham. Forget about anything else he does. Newbury Negra's danger. He's a big danger. His win at Kempton was good. He was unlucky at Cheltenham then after Kempton. He's a good horse, good up-and-coming horse. I followed him a lot when he was a younger horse and I went off him. He looks to be kind of fulfilling his potential, but I think at the end of the day, I think Shakon's going to be winning. And I think he'll win quite handy enough. See? I don't put up Alho every time I see him. I don't get why they're running. I know they're running over 2 miles because of what he done, but I just don't get the whole trying to turn him into a 3 miler, then back down to 2.5 miler, now down to 2 miler.
Imagine he wins, he'll be cracking.
I won't. 7-4, nah. I think he can win. 6-4, he can win. Let him off.
He was never a 3 miler anyway, that's for sure.
I know that. Right, final decisions. You are
Newbury Negra.
Andrew.
Shakon.
And Thomas.
Yeah, Newbury Negra at the prices.
Newbury Negra at the prices. Right, we are moving on to same day. 3 mile novice chase, and this is probably shaping up to on paper. I know it's a small field, but the race of the meeting. Monkfish even money, Envoi Allen 6-5, Cool Reevy 9s, and Franco Report 28-1. Dave, big, beautiful chestnut looking bastard taking on one of the best horses in training as well.
It's literally pick one or the other, isn't it? I think, and I prefer Monkfish. I don't think I'll ever get over Envoi Allen falling and let me down for what he let me down at Cheltenham. So I'm still not right.
I let you down a lot and you forgive me.
I don't know. I think there's more substance to Monkfish's form, and just from watching them, I prefer him. I would have been a big latest exhibition fan, and he just wiped the floor with him numerous times, and then that made me stand up and take notice. And the race at Leopardstown, the one that was over 2 mile 5, he showed pace to burn that day. So of the two, he'd be my favourite, and I would go for him.
From one latest exhibition fan to another. Andrew, where are you looking at this?
Two words, Envoi Allen. I just can't. Like, people have suddenly cursing about this horse because he fell at Cheltenham, and yet the same people telling me Monkfish is extraordinary, and he was dirt at Cheltenham himself. He beat Fiddler on the Roof in the big breakaway, who were slapped around at Aintree after that. I think if latest exhibition actually ran in the RSA, he would have won it. So I don't think Monkfish put in any sort of kind of world-beating performances. His runs at Leopardstown were super, but Envoi Allen's runs before Cheltenham I thought were super as well. So, yeah, like Colreevy is actually a very good horse. She won't beat these two, but she is a very good horse, and she's going off to be covered, I think, after this. So, it was she's been fantastic this year, although she beat Ellie May at Cheltenham, which I will never forgive her for. I think Envoi Allen wins. I always thought he's just been an incredible horse. I think Step Up to 3 miles will suit, actually. And yeah, you're getting a slightly bigger price. The prices will be the same on the day. Bookies will be as stingy as can be with these two horses. There'll be 4 to 5 a piece on the day, I suspect, or 4 to 5 and 5 to 6. But no, as Dave said, you're in one camp or the other. I'd be in Envoi Allen's camp.
Tom, who camp you in?
Yeah, I'm in Envoi Allen's camp as well. And agree with pretty much everything Andrew said there, really. Yeah, Monkfish, as I said, there's no way he ran to hit the level that he can at Cheltenham. He's also had a busy enough season. He's won 3 Grade 1s this season, and there's no such thing in reality. There's no such thing as an easy Grade 1. That's got to have taken something out of him, I think, as well. Coming into this, interesting to see Envoi Allen going up to 3 miles for the first time. He normally settles. I think the problem is Cheltenham. I think he's got a bit buzzy there twice now. Yeah, I think back at Punchestown he'll be okay. all of his other runs, he just looks like the perfect racehorse. And yeah, especially if I'm getting a bigger price about Envoi Allen, I'm going to be siding with him 100%. Yeah.
Monkfish wins. Plain and simple.
Go on, Monkfish.
It's like Monkfish form over fences is miles better than Envoi Allen's already. Look, Envoi Allen's probably, to me, the second best horse at Novice in training, Monkfish, and then him.
You literally said he was the best horse in training earlier in the year.
Yeah. Then Monkfish surpassed him.
What's that done? Because he fell, it's changed.
How does it fail? I said it before. If you start listening to things,
why is he?
Statements that are just not true. Like
you said, he was the best horse in training earlier in the year.
Yeah, and I didn't say it. I didn't change my mind after a fall. I said it before a fall. I said Monkfish has had to surpass him.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. He's done everything perfectly up until then. So
yeah, but Monkfish impressed me more. You can change your mind on things. It's allowed.
That's fine. I just get abused if I knock a horse, but when he's a world beater at the time. But anyway, that's fine.
I know he has breathing problems now. That also convinced me to go off him. He hangs a lot as well.
He doesn't have a breathing problem. He doesn't hang though.
You said he hung.
Gosh,
you said he hung his head to the left when he was up and down.
He turned his head. That was probably the first time tongue tie that did that.
You said that about Bob Olinger as well. Look what he done.
Yeah, exactly. Which could have been either was hanging bastard or it was greenness. It was greenness.
And I did tell you it was greenness, but I was wrong.
I told you Gosham was a hanging bastard as well, but apparently that wasn't true.
Nah, that was true.
He didn't hang. He just ran on a different track.
Just went straight.
Yeah.
He just went off for a Guinness. But look, he as of now, he has shown a lot more than Envoi Allen. He's won more substantial races than Envoi Allen. He's done a lot more than Envoi Allen, plain and simple. His run at Cheltenham was diabolical and he still won. He battered latest exhibition, who looked probably one of the best novice chasers. If he wasn't around, he would have been a 3-time Grade 1 winner. He would have won the Albert Bartlett. He would have 2 Grade 1s over fences. And then he would have went to the RSN. He probably would have won that if Monkfish wasn't around. Like, Envoi Allen, look, he's not been at much yet, but he hasn't been tested yet. This is going to test him, and this is what we're going to find out how good Envoi Allen really is. But I just can't see how it can be crabbed of like, say, Envoi Allen is better than Monkfish right now. It might end up being, if he beats him next week, he might end up being better than him.
It's nearly impossible to say because they haven't run against nearly any of the same horses, and they haven't run against.
They've run against the two of them ran against the big breakaway. Yes, one was over hurdles, one was over fences.
Oh, yeah, but that's a long time ago, and that's different disciplines and stuff.
Yeah, it's still the same horses though. One beaten by 15, one beaten by 12 or 13 or something like that. But one beaten on his best performance, and one beaten dusting around for 2 mile 5 furlongs. If he. I'll presume they're going to have a bit more tack on him because they usually just have literally reins on him, no other equipment on him. So if they put more on him, just have a tiny bit more control over him, I think they can. There's a hell of a lot more to come from this horse, and I genuinely think he's the Gold Cup winner next year, and he will win on Thursday. I just can't see any other result. He can go from the front, he can track pace, he can put him wherever you want. He's not like Envoi Allen. Now, you're one who has these things about quirks with horses. Now, Envoi Allen has a quirk. He's buzzy. He does this. He does that. And why is Jack been after taking off him as well?
That's interesting, actually. Yeah.
That's strange as well. Now he's at the ride. Was his last 4 his last 4 runs? Yeah,
strange. What
last 4 rides? Jack has ridden him, and now Rachel is on him.
I know, but Rachel came in on the ride for Ballyadam at Aintree. I suspect it's just now that they're with the Bromhead that it's.
Yeah, but
that's just the way it works.
If that was the case, then they should be on Minella Indo. If she's a stable jockey, she gets choice.
It's up to the owners, I suppose, isn't it? If the owners want to keep the jockey on, it's like Aidan Coleman rides, put the kettle on, you know. But apparently it's Davy Russell's ride. If he wants to ride Envoi Allen when he comes back, it's offered to him, apparently. So.
We were only talking about him yesterday, aren't we?
Yeah.
It's the only reason he hasn't retired yet.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, look, it's going to be probably the best race, one of the best races of the season. And look, I hope the two of them are coming next to each other on the home bend and just may the best horse win.
Yeah, but please take that back, because we've said that a few times this year. Every time somebody says this is the best race of the season, one tips up in the first 3 or 4 events.
Oh, my hands are so cold, so good. So fucking warm.
People in the comments think you have to be on the sunbeds and everything.
Oh, I wish I was. Oh, that's so nice. I'm genuinely roasted, like. But yeah, Monkfish. I just genuinely think Monkfish is going to win. Anyway,
I read the comments. Some of the comments are funny.
What ones?
Marco, you can't put it up. It is going to be a good race, though, as long as you say, if they turn they turn into the straight, both going well, it'll be a hell of a good race.
Exactly. Right, too many buttons to click. Right, moving on. And come down. We are moving on to the 3-mile novice hurdle grade 1. We have Vanilla at 16-5, Statler 7-2, Galloping the Champs is 21-5, Gentleman's Game 6s, Cape Gentleman 6s, Telegraph 9s, Ashley Bob 10s, Tell Me Something Girl 10s, and 12-1 Bigger the rest. Who wants to take this one?
Nobody.
I thought so. And I say this down. I was putting it down and I'm going to say, who wants this? I guarantee no one will say it. Who looks the least likely? Tom doesn't want it. Tom, who do you want?
Look, I'll take a chance on Gentleman's Game back up to 3 miles. He's missed Cheltenham. I know he's ran at Fairy House, but yeah, I don't know. I'd take a chance on him just because he's 9-1, but Vanilla could go and do it again, couldn't he? Or he could just be a Cheltenham horse. Galloping the Champs. What's that?
What?
He's some of the betting Vanilla is not in it anymore. So
really?
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Galloping the Champs looks very, very good and is completely unexposed, really. So look, he's probably one of the most likely winners as well. But Cape Gentleman, Statler, wouldn't be surprised if they won, and I probably wouldn't even be surprised if Ashdale Bob won, to be honest. So yeah, wide open race.
So you're just sitting back and enjoying this then?
Completely. I'm doing that for a lot of the racing this week. I'm not betting on much of it at all. I'm sitting back and enjoying it. Fucking disgusted, Andrew. Andrew's like, get the cash down.
But good people are watching this, Tom.
Exactly.
And you're there going, I'm actually not having a bet on any of these I'm putting up. Like,
you could bluff.
I'm gonna sit in the fence all week and all this great grade 1 action. But my nap at next best is plan of attack over the weekend.
Just wins.
Yeah, he gave himself no chance. It was over.
Not even the jump.
Henry the Bromhead fanboy doesn't even back him.
Cannot jump for his life, that poor fucking thing.
All those PPPs and FFFs were there for a reason.
Yeah. Anyway, well done on Potter, man.
I wish I had backed him.
Appreciate that. Well done, Andrew. Great tipping.
Thanks. Don't worry about it.
That's what we do.
I think this is an actual fairly decent race.
I'm looking forward to this.
Well. Be interested to see Galloping the Champ after looking like a world beater, to be honest, looking
like next year's RSA winner.
The Martin Pipe. I'm pretty sure Champagne Classic won that and then came on to win this race a couple of years back.
Yeah, right.
So he'd interest me, and then I'd be interested.
He was second, I think.
No, Champagne Classic won.
Did he?
Yeah, he won a great one.
Yeah,
and then we didn't see him for about 6 years after that.
We still haven't seen him.
And the one at a price then would be Ashdale Bob for me each way. He definitely wants a trip. He seems to be winning race over shorter distances and just barely getting up and looking like he's outpaced and everything. So, but every time I think he's going to win a race, he doesn't win a race.
Who's that?
Ashdale Bob. When you expect him to come out and do something, he doesn't. But Jessie generally has.
She targets this meeting.
This meeting, her Our flat horses are in form as well, so I'd give him a good chance.
He's a belter for one that just, he said to me in the car, we'll say at the end.
Yep.
And Jessica Harrington horse, a race, she always wins.
She targets it anyway. She wins and placed horses.
How many times have we backed to win?
Yeah. But yeah.
She wins it every year, and we say it every year, and we just don't back it.
Ashdale Bob each way, and I'm more so looking forward to see what Galopin Des Champs does.
Talking to Galopin Des Champs, I think he wins. His performance at Cheltenham in the Martin Pipe was very, very good. He travelled from the front. You could pick him out as the winner a long way out. Jumps well, picks up well. Step up in 3 miles, going to suit him down to the ground. I had Vanilla as the main jager. If he is out of this, I can see him winning this very, very well.
He might still be in it. It might be just.
I think he's still in it. I think on the betting, there's 2 spellings of his. They've spelled his name 2 different ways, so that's why he's in some books and out of other books.
I didn't know I worked for Paddy Bar.
There you go.
Useless speller. But yeah, I think this horse is going to have a big future ahead of him. I've been backed for next year's RSA already. I think he's going to win this, and Fences next year is going to bring out the better of him. Look, he's a big burly horse, but he looks like he really appreciated the good ground at Cheltenham.
Some good horse in this. Vanilla is a very good horse. He won the Albert Bartlett really impressively as well. So, and the Tizard horse ran well at Aintree, so the form is okay.
Yeah. So I'm going Galopin Des Champs. Andrew, who are you siding with?
Yeah, probably not a race I have too much of an opinion on. I'd take on the horses in the Bartlett. I personally thought it was a Yaks race. And I couldn't have that form whatsoever. If Mouse Morris knows anything about racing, he won't run Gentleman's Game. Just put him away. Get him over a fence next year. And I've a similar kind of labour of love with Ashdale Bob that Dave has. Every time I fancy him, he falls or runs stink. Every time I don't fancy him, he wins. So I'd probably back him each way. Take on the Bartlett form, especially Statler. Like, he's just slow. Like, he's just
the Bartlett form now just looks shite. It looks like a traditional Albert Bartlett.
Like, I swear to God, if Vanilla comes and wins the RSA next year, I'll eat my hat. Like,
he could be the only one that.
I thought it was a stinking race, an absolutely dreadful race. So I'd take it on massively. I'd go for Ashdale Bob, but as I say, not one of my stronger selections of the week.
Right, final decisions.
Ashdale Bob each way.
Tom.
Gentleman's Game if he runs. If not, Galopin Des Champs.
And Andrew is
Ashdale Bob as well.
And I'm all in on Galopin Des Champs. Next, on to the Gold Cup. We have Minella Indo 6-4, Album Photo 5-2, Clan Des Obo 9s, Kenboy 11-2, Fakir Finey decided to win Dudari 7-1, Mellon at 11s, 14-1, bigger the rest. Tom, take us away with the Gold Cup. Will Minella Indo follow up, or will the Boom turn it around? Or Clan Des Obo, or Kenboy, or Fakir, whoever.
It's tricky. I'm going to stick with Minella Indo because I like him as a horse. Wouldn't be surprised if Album turned the form around. Yeah, it's a tricky race, and Clan Des Obo is going to have his chance, you'd imagine, as well. I think something like this will probably suit him. He might just be done by one of them, but I can see him running a big race. But yeah, look, I'll stick with Minella Indo, but it's going to be a cracker, isn't it? If they all run to their form.
Yeah, shaping up to be a good one anyway. Andrew, where are you going with this one?
I shouldn't come as no surprise that I'm out hunting for justice for Album Photo in this. He's had a lighter campaign than Minella Indo. That's probably my way into it. Minella Indo's had a hard enough campaign at this stage. He was on the deck at Christmas time. He had all of them have had a tough race in the Gold Cup, but Album Photo's only run the twice. He's been trained with 3 races in mind all year, and this is the 3rd one. I thought he ran a very respectable race in the Gold Cup. Probably just missed a couple too many fences. He's always been a dodgy enough jumper, but he's gotten away with it a couple of times. Minella Indo may be just too good. I'd have the 2 of them well clear of the rest, actually. Clandy's Oboe, geez, that Betway Bow fell apart massively. Envoi, I think, is always just going to be best at Leopardstown, and I don't know whether they're even going to run a Fakir Dudery again after the Melling Chase. So I think it is between the top two, but I'll be side with Album Photo just because he's perhaps a little bit fresher, and hopefully he can turn the tables.
And he has a special little place in your heart.
Oh, massively, like so. At least it's not a Paul Nolan horse, though.
This is true. And if you're going to tip up Envoi.
I am.
For fuck's sake.
I am. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a strange result in this race. Fair play to Minella Indo, come back from the fall, winning the Gold Cup, but I do agree he's had a fair few runs this season. I love Album Photo, same as Andrew and yourself. Special place in my heart for 2 Gold Cups, but positive he wants softer ground. He came back, was beaten by Envoi, was it nearly 2 or 3 years ago now?
2 years ago.
Envoi, depending on the tracks, is a genuine Grade 1 horse. And if he's left alone in front, I think he'll be left alone in front. He won this after Album Photo won his first Gold Cup. He beat him here, and I think it was the last ride that Ruby had before he retired. We were actually up there. We backed the Album Photo that day.
Thanks for
I don't think it much matters what way he goes, but he wants this type of track. He definitely doesn't act around Cheltenham with all the undulations, ups and downs, the big hill at the end. And if you forgive last season, which was a bit of a write-off with him, with the owner situation, everything that happened, he clearly wasn't himself. He's come back this year, ran up the standard, won his Grade 1 again, comes back terrible at Cheltenham, which you expected him to be. They even said after he won that Grade 1, they might enter him in the stairs because he doesn't like the fences over Cheltenham.
That was funny.
Come back here, I think he's overpriced for his form in Grade 1s. And I think he is a good each way bet.
Hate him.
I know you hate him, but I don't much like him really either. But
he needs Ruby Walsh on his back to win this.
Yeah, well, he didn't have Ruby Walsh on when he won earlier in the year.
To win this, look who he's up against. Minella Indo wins this. And I'll tell you why. Minella Indo was one of the only horses ever to win the Albert Bartlett and back it up and win a Punchestown a few weeks later. This thing is as tough as boots. They gave him a little break after Punchestown. They had to bring him back out in the train. He was getting so fast so quickly. This thing loves racing. The more you're racing, the better he is. And it's been shown over his hurdle forms. He was cash in his first few hurdle runs. Then hit springtime. Springtime is his time of year. Won the Albert Bartlett. Went on and won the Punchestown version. Last year got absolutely done for doing absolutely not a thing when he hit the front in the RSA. Album Photo, look, there's nothing saying he can't come on for the run because that was the first run since Tramore, so he probably will come on a little bit for it. But as you said, I think the ground is going to be too quick for him. Minella Indo goes on any ground. I think it's just the fact that Minella Indo is going to win this and he's going to be an impressive winner. Fakir Dudery, as Andrew said, probably don't think he'll run. Mellon, no. The rest of them aren't even in the same league as the top two. Like Envoi won a shite Irish Gold Cup. It was shit. If he has any chance of this, he needs Ruby Walsh to start running around Punchestown now, drop a few pounds, and get back on top. And Paul Town is going to be on the top of Album 4. And either Danny or someone else to be on the top. Look, they're very, very good, but they're not Ruby. And Ruby, this fella needs a peach for a right to win. Minella Indo is miles better than these. Not even Album Photo needs the ground softer. If the ground was softer, bring them a hell of a lot closer. I just think he's going to be tap for toe, and him jumping out of that quick ground so a bit faster is going to do him a bit. It even showed when he got beat off Envoi. He made so many little ligament mistakes that he put him on the back foot the whole time. Minella Indo jumps brilliantly bar his fall at Leopardstown. I just think he takes his race and it's his time of year. He just wins. It's that simple. Clandazobo could be run all right, but he won't win.
No, he won't.
He won't win though. The storyteller could run into a place. A big price. He turns up this time of year as well.
He does actually, yeah. I like the storyteller.
But yeah, I think Minella Indo will win, and I think he'd win by about 6-7 lengths easy. Anyway. And I love Album Photo. I absolutely love him. I just don't think he's going to get near Minella Indo. Right. Final decisions.
Envoi.
Oh, shit, that 30 foot snap. Andrew.
Album Photo.
Thomas.
Minella Indo.
And Tom. Keep the faith.
The Henry bandwagon is still in full flow.
Chew.
Dun-dun-dun.
Chew.
It's going better than the Paul Nolan bandwagon this year anyway.
Oh, it wasn't even him that said it. That's harsh.
Oh, and to be honest, now Andrew had Mrs. Miller. You know what I mean? That's pretty nice.
20, at least I was back in 25-1 winners, Tom.
I see she's running. She's in one of the races later in the week. You're 100% going to put her up. I just saw her and I knew you were.
Be rude not to. Like.
He's the founding member of it. He has to put her up.
I'd be going against any morals. Like.
Exactly. How did you get on? I'm sorry, just going to cut in here. How did you get on your little stable tour? That looked good.
Yeah, it was super. I was asked down to help out with a bit of video stuff and get a little tour as well. As it happened, it was brilliant. Like it was quite concerning at the same time that I was going around the stables looking at fairly moderate horses going, "You're a legend. You're a legend. You're a legend." Like I actually stood, I'd say 10 minutes staring at Fitzhenry, thinking the amount of money I've lost on you over the years, and yet you're still such a legend. Like, then I go down the road, Fortune Streets there. He always wins around Wexford. Then you go around the corner, Discorama's there. Mrs. Milner's inside. Oh, jeez. I was in heaven. Absolute heaven.
Very good. It's fun seeing him at home, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Very much so. They actually, they quite like, they've got a horse running in the Land Rover bumper on Tuesday that they do quite like at home anyway. He's on race Hero Nor, I think his name is, in the red and white silk. So I think he like they seem to like his homework. So he may be worth a couple of quid each way. I'd say he'd be a big price given connections, but that was one of the few tidbits I got.
Very good. Keep an eye out for him.
Cue Andrew searching for him. What days you running?
Tuesday in the land. Heron Ord.
Yeah. I don't know. We saw it together. Anyway, Heron Ord. Okay. So Andrew's nap of the week.
I know. I've got an even more bizarre nap of the week than that.
Oh.
Right. Move on to the champion bumper. We have Sir Gerhard is favourite 13-8. Kill Crush is 9-5. Gritto is 30. Can you see it? 30. Ginto couldn't see it. The rest of them are gone. I can't see him. I can't see him. They're all gone across the screen. Right. Since you're talking about who wins, will the Cheltenham form be reversed? 1, 2, 3.
No.
Ooh, wasn't expecting that.
And I will go for what I went for at Cheltenham as well. Same as at Cheltenham, I think these are just kind of crazy races, to be honest. But I do like Three Stripe Life. He did everything wrong at Cheltenham. He went mad.
Which nearly fell on the way.
Straight away, I'm all for that. Then he tried to get rid of his jockey. So
nutcase chick.
Probably a bad way to be, but entices me a little bit more because he shows that he's a little bit of madness to him. It's only his second run of his life as well. I think he'll progress from that, and I think he might put up a good show.
Yeah, he's a lot bigger than I thought he'd be. He's a hell of a lot bigger than I thought he'd be.
Good price.
Tom, where are you going with it?
Whatever Patrick Mullins rides. It's gonna be fascinating to see what he rides in this. Because obviously being back in Ireland now, professionals can't ride in it, so he's going to have the choice here to make as to what he wants to ride. And it'll be interesting again to see who comes in for the ride on the other one. I'm going to take a chance that Kilcrut will reverse the form. And now, look, it is taking a chance. I can very much see the argument that Sir Gerhard just keeps going and keeps finding. But Kilcrut had 4 lengths to make up on him with not too far to go. And I feel his finish was run making up that ground. So I'm gonna give him a chance that he'll reverse the form. But they're very nice horses. I'd also give a shout out to Ginto, who looks a really nice prospect as well. as with you guys, Free Stripe Life. Although I think him over an obstacle a bit down the line is going to see the better of him. Eric Bloodaxe is entered as well, which is quite interesting. He hasn't been seen for 452 days, but had a massive reputation. Went off a very short price against Appreciate It in the Leopardstown bumper at the Dublin Racing Festival. Has beaten Fernie Hollow as well, that horse. He's a really, really good animal, and it'd be really interesting to see if he runs, because he hasn't run in such a long time.
You always love him, didn't you, Eric Bloodaxe?
I did like Eric Bloodaxe, but he gets entered in races and then you don't see him, so he couldn't be deciding.
Andrew, where are you going with this one? Cheltenham form reversed?
No. I think the whole Cheltenham form reversed is a myth, to be honest. I think Sir Gerhard did it the hard way. Out in front, it's a very lonely straight in the champion bumper. So few horses can do it from the front. Look, I think if it was run a different way, he still would have won. Don't know whether it's a race I'm going to have a bet in, though. Probably will just let it slide. I can see Dave's angle with Three Stripe Life. It's a horse I like a lot. I'll be very interested in him going novice hurdling next year. And a horse that I know he's entered in a couple of the bumpers this year, but I think could be a very, very good horse, is Stuart Crawford's horse O'Toole, who's in this at 25-1. As I say, he's got dual entries. But he's been bought by Simon Munir and Isaac Swade, who are pumping money into that yard. And this guy knows the time of day. If he was training in England, like with the state of the English trainers, he'd be one of the top 5 if you gave him any type of backing. I think he's a seriously good handler, especially of bumper horses. And this O'Toole, he ran in his own, the Crawford Silks, has been bought privately. He won by 15 lengths the Fairyhouse bumper. He's also entered in another bumper on the Wednesday. I think the last race, he'd probably be a shorter price for that. But wherever he goes, I'll be watching with keen eyes. I think he could be a seriously good horse. And certainly watch out for Stuart Crawford's horses now, especially with Munir and Swade pumping a lot of money in there on young stock, because he's a trainer going places.
If ever was a case made for a horse, we'll play it. I think Cheltenham form gets reversed. I don't think they're going to leave Sir Gerhard get anywhere near as far away as they did the last time. Patrick will ride Kilcrush, Jamie Cott will ride Sir Gerhard. That's the way I see it happening. Patrick will stalk him. I just think he's Shapes the better horse. Shapes as he's a bit more to him. Rachel rode Sir Gerhard unbelievably well in the bumper. She kicked at the right time. She rode him all to sleep. She did it all the week at Cheltenham. I just think back here now, they know what they have to beat, and they're going to be a lot closer than they are the last time. Three Stripe Life, I expect him to come on a lot for his experience at Cheltenham. He did everything wrong, still end up finishing fourth. His race was ran in the first, before he even got to the start. So I expect him to be fighting it out at the finish, but I think Kilcrush is going to reverse the form, and I think he is the likely winner with Sir Gerhard and Three Stripes Life back in second and third. That's the way I see this happening. So I could be wrong, could be right. I just think, even though I looked back at it last night, Rachel gave the thing an unbelievable right. Paul was caught in kind of against the rail, kind of had to wait for a stride or two to get back out, and you said his race was ran by the time he had to go after him. And he was getting there at the finish. Look, we don't know what Sir Gerhard would have found. He probably would have found more with a bit of company. But on the basis of the Kilcrow is going to be a lot closer. And even for two of them in the same stables and the amount of money that came for Kilcrush at that stage, I think it's going to pay dividends to get your money back on Wednesday.
Three Stripe Life won't be in the first six.
Can somebody say match bet with Dave? Who said this now? Where is it? Nijinsky. Let's call him out. Nijinsky, do you fancy a match bet with Dave?
But you give me 6 places. You need to put down the Samuel Adams like Andrew is drinking and just take 10 minutes to yourself. He does.
The hell did I do to you?
Not you. Andrew's drinking.
Oh yeah, this guy. You guys call him the witch. You're getting me confused now. Come on, we're still waiting for the answer. All day long, right? What's the stipulations? What's the bet? I know the bet, but what's the actual wager?
Sure, we done. The last time it was on, I done 20 with Aleem, so we'll do the same.
Nijinsky.
If I lose, just contact me on Instagram and I'll do a bet for you. No bother.
It's true.
Easy money.
Man of his word.
I won't because you give me 6 places and you're going to win. So
going to win.
Don't go missing on me now either, Nijinsky.
Did he not go missing already?
He won't be on the comments ever again now. Watch.
Name changed.
Wish his name was Shergar, and then that would have been a very funny joke.
Some people think Nijinsky is Wayne Harrison. Wouldn't surprise me either, to be honest.
No, he's too nice to be Wayne Harrison.
I don't know.
Yeah, he is too nice to be Wayne Harrison.
Yeah, too nice. Right, moving on to Thursday. We are going stairs hurdles. We have the stair hurdle wheel, Flooring Porter 9-5, Sire Du Berlais at 21-5, Beacon Edge at 5s, Ronald Pump 7s, Fury Road 7s, Storyteller 15-2. Why are you looking at me like that? What did I do?
I have a good one for this now.
Oh, off you go. Listener Oscar 16s, 8-1 bar, Dave Buffer.
Right.
Breathe.
I think Flooring Porter has, after having a couple of hard races, I like him, but
the pointing is out is getting serious.
2 hard race. Same with Sire Du Berlais, same with Beacon Edge. Ronald Pump.
Fucking robber.
Go away.
Absolute robber.
Ronald Pump has been off since he got that injury. Didn't make Cheltenham. I fancied him as an outsider for the stairs. His form with Honeysuckle is now absolutely top class.
It was always top class. What do you mean it's now top class?
I think if we're getting 7-8-1 on this thing, it's unbelievable each way bet.
Yeah.
I think Ronald Pump all the way.
It's the same. Look, Flooring Porter could be very hard to beat. He's an up-and-comer. He was very good in his last 2 races. Will it come too quick? I'm going on the fresh angle. Ronald Pump haven't been seen since he was half a length behind Honeysuckle and Hatton's Grace. Before that, he fell at Navan, I think it was, with the race or the Burley one. I just think the break he's at the having, he's coming here a fresh horse. He'll have a nice pace to aim at. Look, at worst, I think he'd be placed. But if Flooring Porter turns up in the same form, he's going to be extremely hard to beat. Yeah. But I think 7-8-1 is a way too big price for him when you're getting 9-5 for Flooring Porter. I'd take 7-1 each way on Ronald Pump. Andrew, who are you going with?
Yeah, I like Ronald Pump as well. He was a horse that I mentioned a couple of times earlier in the season on some of my videos, and some lad kept saying I had a hard on for him, which is probably true. But look, he's an each way bet.
He's not trained by Paul. What's going on here?
No, not trained by Paul.
Nah, the problem with Ronald Pump is he just doesn't win races like when you really, really want him to. So if you are backing him, like 7-8-1's a good each way price. But God, you have to back him each way because he'd break your heart. From what I got the vibe that they were probably 60-40 going this race with Mrs. Milner. She has it to find. She gets £7 though. And you might as well chuck her in a grade 1, see where she lies. And she's 20-25-1. I'll probably have a few sentimental quid on her, but I think she'll come up short at this level. And I think they're humming and hawing whether to send her over fences next year. So I think she will rock up in this, but she'll be short of the mark, I suspect. But Ronald Pump for me each way, even though he has been a heartbreaker in the past.
It's 3 for the Pump. Tom, where are you going?
Yeah, I think Ronald Pump is the obvious one coming here. After missing a bit of time for a small injury or two. My problem with him is it took him 12 runs to win, right? 12 starts to win. He then won 5 races in the space of 11 months, and that ended in November 19, and he hasn't won again since. I can 100% see him being in the first 3. 8-1 is a very good each way bet. But he just doesn't win. I've come to the opinion, I love Sire Du Berlais. I think he's a dude of a horse. I've just come to the opinion that Flooring Porter is still improving. and is the best of these by a mile. And yeah, I just think he wins. I just think his improvement is still continuing, and I still think there's more left under the bonnet. To be honest, it'd be really interesting to see what they do with him, if they go chasing or if they stay over hurdles.
But yeah, I believe you're not putting up Sire Du Berlais.
I'm shocked. You're jumping off.
I can't believe this.
You've jumped.
You've literally you've jumped off the bandwagon. You're gone.
It's like Andrew jumping off the best horse in training and possibly one of the best horses.
No, it's not like this. It's not like this. Don't be trying to deflect you. Don't be trying to deflect you jumping off the horse you've been banging on for a year.
No, I've just said I love Sire Du Berlais. I think he's a dude of a horse, but I've come to the opinion that Flooring Porter is just a better horse than these, and I think he's still improving. So also, I just think he's a better horse, to be honest.
We get t-shirts made with dude of a horse, big, beautiful, chestnut-looking bastard. Tom, we make a fortune.
I tell you, we would.
What do you
Let's get selling them, Andrew.
What do you have?
I don't know. I'm sure
useless yak.
Dino, just Dino
yeah.
Dave. Just
Dino
Dave.
Dino Dave.
Yeah, Dino Dave. I'll take that. Yeah.
Andrew Blair White.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, this is entrepreneurial stuff now. Dragons Den, here we come.
Me and Andrew have our own emojis. So you need to get an emoji.
Do we?
Yeah, there's a witch emoji and there's dinosaur emojis.
Call him the witch, will you? You're confusing the hell out of me here.
Sorry. The witch has his own emoji.
Oh, also Nijiski came back with terms. Hold up now before final decisions. Ronald Pump. Andrew's Ronald Pump. And Tom is on Flooring Porter. So probably if he improves again will be very, very hard to beat.
What's the terms?
Where is it now? There we go. £40 donation to Indus Jockey Fund has to be 12 runners or more for 6 places.
No. You are full of it now 5 minutes ago saying he won't be in the first 6. Now you want 12 runners. No.
11.
Dave, I've got Dave's tagline. Dave hates charity.
Tom hates goats.
Charity being home. The goat fund. That's what it'll go to.
Goat fund.
No, it's not happening. Not even going there.
One of the lads said we should just buy one and tie it to your door and run away.
That's called abandoning animals, Dave. I think there's a law against that somewhere.
No, because if we leave it on your property and in your name, then it's your goat.
We legally call it half rain.
Everybody does think Nijinsky is Wayne and he's just being nice so he can watch.
There's no way it is. There's no way that guy could be nice. That guy's a freak.
Oh, Jesus.
He is. He's a weirdo, lad.
Anyway, bye, Tom. I like this, Tom. Tom called now everyone, but I still won't get a goat. Disappointed. Now, what do we make of this race? Energumene is 4-9 on. Envoi are going to run this. Captain Guinness, Janadil 7s, Embittered is 9, Midnight Run is 16, Jungle Junction, and Zakariva. My whole thing about this is, will the ground be really too quick for Energumene?
The way I looked at it is if the Energumene from earlier on in the season,
yeah, sorry, my bad. I apologize. Jesus.
From earlier on in the season turns up, he'll win, but the ground will worry me. So it was Janadil each way for me coming in off the Grade 1 win over Easter.
Tom, how are you looking at this now? You're one that needs to take every little thing into consideration. It was the ground a big factor for you now with him?
Not too much, I don't think. He's won on yielding before. He won his point to point on good ground. I don't think it'd be too much of a factor, to be honest. I just think he's going to be a good bit better than Captain Guinness. I just think he wins, to be honest. If they run Embittered than this, after me putting up at 80-1 in the bloody Arkle, and I'm not running.
Sorry, Tom. What is up with you?
Oh, just a comment. Oh, that fucking Wayne's been trolling me all week, so fuck him.
we went to solid 3 podcasts without one swear word, and this has gone to pot today.
Sorry.
Dave's just gone to town. But
it's the mids.
no, I'll be annoyed if they run him better than this, because I'm 99% sure he would have been second in the Arkle if they ran him there. And he was 80-1. But anyway, look, I think Energumene is going to be really hard to beat.
Look, I'll just get it out of the way. I can look at this all day. I'm just going to back Captain Guinness anyway.
What, every time?
I know.
He's an absolute idiot.
It's. I don't know. It's the problem I have. I need to go see someone about it.
The witch is going to put him up as well, but he's an idiot horse. He proved at Cheltenham he's an idiot horse.
He doesn't have that jumping fridge to make him go ballistic.
He either falls or he just goes to. He thinks he's a 5. He thinks he's Batash.
he thinks he's Batash. I'm going to back Captain Guinness. Like,
of course, yeah.
It's like Andrew Plutton at Mouse Doctor. I have my Captain Guinness. I'm allowed.
Mouse Doctor wins every now and again.
Every now and again.
But you'll hear about it when he does win.
Yeah, I'm putting up Captain Guinness. The hell with it. Go on, Andrew. Who are you putting up?
I'll probably be having a beer during this race. I think Energumene wins. Don't like him, though, as a horse. And people scrabbling around saying he won his point-to-point on good ground. I looked into that because I've had a few people mouthing on about Energumene all year. And not a single horse in that good ground point-to-point is in training, has made it to national hunt training. So that was a whole pile of good. I could have ran around and come third in that race. Captain Guinness. Captain Guinness breaks my heart, and I'm on a kind of a bet with myself to stop betting without, so I'm just not going to. I think Energumene probably wins, but I couldn't care less really about the race.
I thought I was going to say, but I'm backing Captain Guinness.
Still May on the day.
Yes.
Yeah, no, please don't do that.
Yes, Andrew.
There's going to be one day good ground. It's going to happen.
It's next week. It's going to happen. It has to happen. Okay, I'll make a deal. If he doesn't win next week, I'll give up on him.
No, you won't.
Until next
season.
season.
No, you won't.
Up till next season. You let me finish the sentence until next season.
You thought Paloma Blue would win an Arkle. You were just loved him as well.
Hey, didn't I? That was the worst Arkle in living history. Look who won it. Duke to Geneva.
He was running around Dundalk last week.
He was. What the fuck? He won our chase though a few weeks ago, and we backed him.
Paloma Blue?
Yeah.
No, that was Arnua.
No, not on about Arnua. It would have been longer than a few weeks ago, but
I wouldn't know. I didn't have any money on that horse.
Anyway, moving on. Energumene probably wins, but I'd be batting Captain Guinness for my sins.
What about Tom?
Tom done it.
Energumene, yeah.
See, you're doing a me now.
I told you, it's the meds.
It's the meds. Blame every curse word on the meds. Now, on to the champion hurdle. Honeysuckle wins. Right, moving on. Honeysuckle is 8-13 on. Epitante is 5s. Abracadabra Alakazam is 8-1. Sharjah is 8s. Aspire Towers 10s. Hanging Gashin gone out the road. Gashin is 10s. And big other rest.
What are you looking at me for?
You're going to back him.
I will back him. I'll have a
and you give out to me about Captain Guinness.
He's going the right way around at least anyways. Maybe the old ferry over to Ireland might sort out his whatever they have. What were they calling it? He was
fucking issues. That's what. He's got a list longer than your heart problems, David.
Claustrophobic or whatever they said. He don't like being around other horses. So maybe they all spin over to Ireland on the ferry.
That excuse, the list of excuses made for that horse is nearly as bad as John Gosden excusing Rab Havlin's ride by saying, I don't like jockeys using a whip on my horses first time out. 1, he didn't need to hit it in the first place. 2, Frankie was baiting the hell out bloody Franken's half sister half an hour before. Mental.
Honeysuckle is the most likely winner, but I'm backing Gosh.
If you ever give out to me about backing Captain Guinness again,
I have money to throw away, which it's all right.
Yeah, no, I know, but do you not think I've seen this excuse before? The horses not, claustrophobic, don't like being around other horses, surely then racing just isn't for them then. Like, you're always going to be around other horses.
I honestly, like, what he did at Cheltenham, he just shows he's an absolute idiot. Like, he's just off his game. Like, but then you just don't know if he's on his game, he might be all right. But like, he could end up in aces just as well as he could end up winning. So I think for me, that's worth a fiver. But it's only going to be a fiver. But Honeysuckle is most likely winner.
I'd love him to run his race to actually see how good he is. Because nobody still has any idea, is he any use or not? Because when you get to big races, he goes by Bristol at Cheltenham, then he unseats. Like, we actually don't have a clue how good he is.
He's just thick, God love him. He doesn't know what to do.
Goshen's an aeroplane, lads.
I think he thinks he's a donkey.
He's just a head case.
I literally want him to win.
He must think he's a greyhound or something. Going up against the rails, outside rails to get a... So he must think he's a greyhound or something.
Sam Hart said it there. Just send him out in front and clear and leave him do what he wants to do. That's the best way to do it. Like,
they left him do what they do and nearly ended out in the M50.
No, they were trying to still... They may as well just from the start off you go and see what happens.
Yeah, but Henry's got both Aspire Tower and Jason the Militant, and if he's running a Honeysuckle in the race, he'll send one of them off to upset him, and that's him gone.
Yeah.
You see, Dylan Ross or someone go to him, boo. off in the cross country course he goes.
I'd love to see him win, but it's quite on.
I'm at upsetting Sam now. Sam, I'm not sorry. One bit. Not one bit.
That's a worry actually at Punchestown, because there's a lot of wide open space and there's a few big banks that I would not fancy facing into.
Could you imagine?
Put blinkers on him, just leave him not see any other horses.
Just put a blindfold on him, see what happens.
Yeah.
He's not going to know any different because he loves running around the place anyway.
I hope he wins. I genuinely do.
Goshen is the new York Hill. That's a good shout.
Yeah. I can see that.
That's a really good shout.
That is, no.
Oh,
York Hill is a legend.
So is Goshen.
He's just a fucking dope.
They're going to be talking about this lunatic for years. He'll pop up once a year and win a race and be like,
hey, he'll win that thing in Wincanton.
And then the next day
he'll become the new Royal Rendezvous.
Oh, I don't know. Mad Moose.
Oh, I loved him. He was wanting to get you excited. He probably one of the best horses in training. Just didn't want to do that. Who we have to? I don't know who I'm at to go into and who I haven't gone to.
Well, you're picking Honeysuckle.
Oh yeah, Honeysuckle wins. Just by far the best in this.
I'm never going against Honeysuckle ever again anyway, so there you go.
Yeah, I'd agree. I'm going to throw Sharjah into the forecast to try and get a bit of a better price. I think they'll finish 1-2 again.
Possibly. I just have Honeysuckle wins next on mine.
Fair enough.
Right. It's like a drum roll.
It was actually.
Let's talk about it for a second. Like, if Epitone comes over, she any chance of getting closer?
No.
So that's a solid no. Like, what? It's obviously going to be run at a Go Cliff because you have Jason the Milland, you have Aspire Tower, Goshen probably go off like the clappers. Probably run to Silver again. You give Abracadabra Alakazam after winning the worst grade 1 in history.
I was saying something today. You were on about Epitone, about the English trainers. 2020-21 jump season is over. The established trainers in England, 4 of them. Colin Tizard, lowest total winners, 37 winners in the season since 2009-2010.
That's
worst ever profit and loss return to you, a pound stake. Philip Hobbs, lowest total winners since 92-93, a 12% strike rate. Nigel Twiston Davis, lowest total winners, 60 since 2006 and 2007. Mickey Henderson, lowest prize money haul since 2007, 2008. Lowest strike rate since 2004. And lowest profit loss to return to a pound stake since 2004 as well. That echoes all we've been saying all along about the English train.
I've been saying this all the season. There's something not right in the UK with their horses, and this adds into the whole Irish dominance as well. You can throw Harry Whittington into that group as well. Christian Williams had a good weekend. Well, he would have by the look of how that should have turned out. He's got an 8% strike. He's got an 8% strike rate as well this year. Like, you know, he hasn't had a good year either. There's so many of them have not had good years. It can't just be, you know, it's not just 1 or 2 yards. There's something bigger under the water there, I think.
Probably is, but how do they go about... We're going off topic altogether, but the hell is... How do they go about finding it with all the tests they're doing and nothing's really come up?
I don't know. I wouldn't be back in Epitone anyway. I said all year about Nicky, his horses haven't been up to standard. And that just shows it.
True enough. Right. 2 mile 4, champion Novice Hurdle. Big, beautiful Bob is 4-6 on. Appreciate is 4-1. Galliard de Mesnil is 5. Gallup Champ 6. Ashley Bob 10s. Blue Low 14. Do start 14s. Tell me something, girl. Always need to sing it when I do it. It's 14s and 16-1. Bigger the rest. Question. I don't know this answer. Is Appreciate running next week?
No,
because by the betting, he's not going it anywhere, really, is he?
This is his only entry now because he doesn't run on Tuesday. So, presuming he's not running if he's 13-2 or whatever he is. And if anyone from the Mullins yard wants to let us know that he is running, let us know privately and we'll get a few quid on first.
We'll give you a note finishing line.
I would, if I knew he was running, I would 100% back him.
If he's as big as Tom is saying there, that is the best each way better to centric.
Yeah.
He can't be running. He can't be running.
He's drifting the whole time. Take him out. This is Bob's to lose.
Yeah, if Appreciate it's not running, then it's Bob's to lose. Yeah.
This is going to be a really small field. I feel. A lot of these are going to go elsewhere. Galloping de Champ's not going to run here. Ashdale Bob, Cape Gentleman, they're not going to run here. Appreciate It isn't running by the sound of it, as we said. Tell Me Something Girl could take her chance. Dusart, I don't know if they're going to bring him over just 21 days after Aintree. Blue Lord isn't going to run here. Echoes in Rain isn't going to run here. Really small field, I think. And Bob just wins, doesn't he? Bob's another honeysuckle. I was a bit late getting onto the bandwagon, but I'm not getting off it now, I'm telling you that much.
It's nice and cozy on it, isn't it?
I just freak, lads. It's just an absolute airplane of a thing. Massive, big, lovely chasing type. I think he'll win a Gold Cup in a couple of years.
Yeah, I can't argue with that. Andrew, Bob.
Yeah, Big Bob will win this if Appreciate doesn't go. But if the two of them were to match up, and even if the prices were to be similar enough, I'd back Appreciate it. I think he is still quite underrated, actually. I think he's magnificent, absolutely magnificent. I know Big Bob is incredibly good as well, and they're two outstanding novice hurdlers, but I'd probably back Appreciate it ahead of him.
Yeah,
if he's not there though,
right,
Big Bob will win by half the track. If he's not there, Big Bob will win by half the track. He's miles clear of the rest of them.
Yeah, going on the betting alone, you'd have to presume he's not running. There's no secret. Bob is, I love him. He's an unbelievable horse. Tom see him in the flesh, and he was converted straight away. He's just an absolute monster. He has so much left to give. He won the Ballymore, still looking as green as grass up the straight. If he's 4-6 now, what's he going to be when all these horses are taken out? He's going to be so short.
Oh, he'll be incredibly short. Yeah, I think the only one against him would be Galliard de Mesnil, who he looks to have the better of, doesn't he? So,
So if this is where the Honeysuckle Bob Olinger double comes into it, you can get 18-10 on it now, which will probably look value come today. The answer there is yes.
That's a cracking bet.
Good promo work, Tom. Well done.
It is good bet.
Awful day.
It's the Henry de Bromhead double, isn't it?
It is the Henry de Bromhead double. Right. Mouse, where are you gone? We are all in agreement that Bob Olinger is going to win this before he goes on to win the champion hurdle next year because Honeysuckle has gone over fences.
Tell me something.
There you go.
I just see it on the screen there.
Yes. On to the Mayor's champion hurdle. We have Concertista in a 13-10. Last year's triumph hurdle in a burning victory. He's back. She's 16-5. Tell me something, girl. You have to 5-1. Stormy Ireland 17-2. Sky Ace is 32. Echoes and Rain is 8. Heaven Help us 10s. Yes, this is not a misprint. Lorena at 12-1 and 14-1. Big are the rest.
Lorena is back.
Kubo is just after his pants.
Get on the comments, Kubo.
That was the news I had a while ago, lads, but I couldn't say because the rumor I heard was, well, I knew she was back in training, and they were aiming for Cheltenham, but they've obviously missed that and come here instead. And
you told us this at about January time, didn't you? Wasn't it?
Yeah. But she's trained in Wexford. You see, Cormac Farrell trains her in Wexford. She's been bought by the owner of Jetaway, the stallion Jetaway, to be put in fold to him. But they're obviously wanting to give her one last swan song or see how she's going. You know me, I'm very conservative. It would not be what I'd be doing. Not at all. I would be sticking that mare in fold and hoping her babies don't bleed, basically. No, I would not be chancing her in a race.
No matter what way is sugarcoat, it never sounds right, does it?
No.
No, you can't. I don't know. It wouldn't be for me anyway. But
I'm waiting. Go on.
Oh, Sky Ace.
I
that was a 101 shot.
He said Shark said he was putting away till next year after the grade 1 win at Fairy House. She's obviously shown more at home again. She obviously came out of it well to be entered up again and thrown in at the deep end again. I think she's unbelievable.
Shark thrown her into the deep end. Wait.
Oh, I didn't even know I did that. I think she's unbelievable. She's so tough and so genuine.
It's the monster. I'm sorry.
She'll give you a run for your money every time.
Yeah, I would be absolutely disowning you if you went against your good judgment for a whole year. Andrew Blair White / Witch, where are you going with this?
Tricky race. I don't know how you could be taking 3-1 burning victory. Myself, probably going to end up back in Stormy Ireland, actually. I know she's ended up, even when trained by Willie beforehand, she's maybe come up a little short in grade 1 company, but I don't think this is a particularly strong race. Concertista, I just want to see her back at 2 miles. I think she's a little bit windy at 2.5. Burning victory we haven't seen. Tell me something, girl. Not sure about that mare's novice win. I think it slightly fell into her lap. I think Sky Ace will reverse that form. The rest of them I couldn't really be having. So Stormy Ireland, God knows what Paul Nicholls did to this poor horse because he couldn't get her to win around Newton Abbot. She actually ran, I think, in a 3-runner race around Newton Abbot. And people are there telling me that there's bugs in English yards. They just can't train shit over there. This is what
you don't see him saying this when he's next to Emma Kennedy.
The comments are going to go crazy in a minute.
No, this is what I mean about Stuart Crawford, though. If you gave him half the ammunition that some of these goons get, I swear to God, some of these trainers, they get big money into the yards, and yet their horses can't jump, they can't travel, they can't win nothing. And don't get me started on that Welsh man. So, Stormy Ireland.
Which one?
Oh no, let's get started. I want to know which Welsh man.
That's the one that I've been ranting on about all year. They can't.
Oh, Evan Williams.
Shit. Oh, Christ.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
There's a few more now.
Come on, keep going.
There's a few more.
Come on, the floodgates is open. Andrew. It's okay. Talk.
It's fine.
This is the future racing post job gone out the window, Andrew. It's not going to happen now, pal.
I remember earlier in the year a magnificent novice hurdler by the name of Stargate that was going to be fantastic. Guess who he was trained by?
Evan Williams.
And let's keep going.
Can somebody just tell the Rookers to just stop pumping money into that yard. They've got a couple of horses with Fergal O'Brien, and Fergal O'Brien can actually train horses to win races. He's at 101, 102 winners this year. That's actually winners, like not screwing around, coming third in novice handicaps and stuff like that.
I'm gonna sit back and enjoy this now. Keep going.
The one that blows my mind with Evan Williams is that horse Coconut Splash, who they bought for 220 grand. And he's got them around 8 grand in prize money back. And he's clearly a 150 horse running off a market like 120. They haven't trained him to jump. They haven't trained him to win races. I just don't understand how you could keep pumping money into a losing cause. Like, I know you're owning horses, you're not going to win that much money or anything like that. But no wonder these people are like Munir and Suede. They've gone, you know what, it's actually a better investment to go with a young Irish trainer that knows how to train bumper winners. Stuart Crawford's been farming them all year up north in England because nobody else can train them to win. So back to my original point, Stormy Ireland wins this race.
That was absolutely brilliant.
How in the name of God are you meant to follow that?
That was fantastic.
That's a lot off my chest. I feel a lot.
Well done. Mahan Buchel. Feel better?
If the Racing Post want me, I'm still available. So,
mind the Racing Post, we'll take you.
That was amazing. That was worse than the rant I had about my ex-fiance.
Oh no, that was gold.
No, that was.
If any of the new people have not heard about this rant, this is before we got all this stuff. We were sitting in my sitting room. It's around this time last year.
Yeah, it was the start of lockdown-ish last year.
Start of lockdown. We had James on from Ladbrokes as well.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
And
that
Dave
was so funny.
Just lost it for a solid 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was about 6 minutes.
About his dog and everything, Andrew. It's just hilarious.
She stole me dog, Sean.
Hey, we're back again. Fill him in. Fill the people in.
No, I'm not getting into it.
Fill the people in.
No,
the people want to know.
I go on, like.
Come on, Andrew's at the talking. It's okay to talk.
We were.
Yes, we go.
We were joint custody with my little dog,
custody.
Tiny little Jack Russell that my parents bred him, and he was the last pup. A lovely tricolour Jack Russell. And she fucked off and stole him on me. We were supposed, I used to take him. My parents had, say, his dog mother and father, so I'd have him the weekends, bring him off for a walk. She just didn't turn up one day with him, and that was the fucking end of that. You're not getting to see the dog anymore. Sound, he's like my child and all, but sure, don't worry about it.
Did she take you to court for maintenance, Dave, or did she?
No. She stole him on me, Tom, not the other way around.
I think we actually went looking one day.
Fuck's sake.
Good times. Anyway, back to the racing.
That was a fucking bad move. No, that was.
You still have me.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
See?
Don't have your dog, though.
Oh, I bought a mongrel that looks just like a ball of fluff to keep you occupied.
No, I don't like him. It's not Alfie.
Wow. Poor bear.
But yeah, there you go.
He's gone so fat, my dog.
Yeah.
He used to be a skinny little mongrel. Anyway, back to the racing. I think Tell Me Something Girl will run a huge race. I was so on concertiste about the jumper around Cheltenham was terrible. Her jumper around Cheltenham was just terrible. If she does that again, she won't win again. But I think Tell Me Something Girl on the back for a win in the Mayor's Hurdle. They changed tactics with her the race before when she was third behind Heaven Help Us. Seems to work a treat. She comes there flying. She has a kick and she stays. I think she'll be hard to keep out of the top three at least. It's a 5-1 each way. Steal, bet and closer, Tom bet. Well, it's not even a Tom bet. It's 5-1. I think it's an each way bet or not. But I think Sky Ace as well is too big at 13-2 after what she done the last time. She battled well to win. Can't have burning victory, like Andrew said. You're backing her on the back of a year off. Look, she's with the right man to bring her back, but I think things might be happening too quickly for her. So Tell Me Something Girl for the win. Have I asked anyone? Because this has literally been.
Tom.
Yeah, I'll have a go. I'm going to throw in Heaven Help Us. Each way price at 10-1. She deserves her chance in this field. I can see a few of them maybe not running their race or not running at all in this. Burning Victory is obviously a massive question mark. Stormy Island normally can find one too good. Echoes and Rain isn't going to run. I'll take Lorena on all day long. And then you've got Sky Ace. Tell Me Something Girl. I really like her as well. She'd be my other one. I'd take Tell Me Something Girl and Heaven Help Us against the field.
Lovely stuff. Right, we were moving on to the last race that we're going to cover, and it is the 4-year-old champion hurdle. We have Calixios, Zanahir, Hun A. Collier, Saint Sam, and Jeff Kidder, 12-1, 33-1, bigger the rest. Tom, start with you. Calixios, horse you've been very fond of all year, got the job done at Cheltenham, beating Zanahir back in third, and Hunt A. Kalur. I made a
Hot on Kalur.
Oh, it's not far off. Back and forth. Surely you think he's going to follow up?
I said it after Cheltenham. I really liked this horse before Cheltenham. I've been a massive fan of him. And going into Cheltenham, I was still siding with him. And he just pricked his ears coming to like the second last, I think it was. And you could just tell he had a bit left, and he just galloped all the way to the line, stayed really, really well. I absolutely love him, and there's no way I'm getting off him now. I think he'll win. I think he'll hold the form with the other two.
He's have to see this.
What's this?
Look at the third last comment.
Told you that Racing Post job is gone, Andrew. Irish Racing Post, it was all lined up. Gone.
I'm still in Josh's good books though. I've said nothing about Ollie Murphy. He's a super trainer, and I've backed Fergal O'Brien as well. So
hang on, now. You can't lash out about all 11, then start listing off people who you think are good when they're not.
Oh yes, Tom. Here we go. And Tom's turn to rant.
Oh, this is all gone. Oh,
he's not a good lad, is he? But anyway, I don't think that. Personal opinion, but
isolate him every week, Tom. So you're all right.
Calixios for me. I think he's an absolute dude of a horse. He is now one of my favorite horses in training already, and he's got a massive future ahead of him. We're getting enhanced Hollywoodbets 2-1, are we?
You are getting enhanced 2-1 for Calixios.
And I'm going to spoil the show now because at an enhanced price of 2-1, he is my nap of the whole week. I love him.
Yeah, can't knock that because I think he's going to bolt up as well. My whole opinion has been changed on him since I seen him at Cheltenham.
Tell the truth.
What?
Tell the truth why your whole opinion has been changed on him. Who trains him now?
Oh, Hemingway Bromhead turned him into an absolute superstar. No, he's not. What he done at Cheltenham was unbelievably well. It's not your typical 4-year-old nippy hurdler. He's a big, burly horse. He's a good future ahead of him. But yeah, I think he'll beat these easy.
William Mullins, hot on Colors for me. He is the one that has the most progression. He's only ever had 2 runs in his life, a run in France and then straight into Triumph Hurdle. Closing at the end, I'd say he would have been past the Adjo in another couple of strides. I think he can progress and get closer to the favourite.
I also think Jeff Kidder is too big at 12-1 from the progression he showed the last 2 runs. But he also could be shite when step up to Grade 1 company.
There's no chance, to be fair, but I think he'll get beat by something.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying he's going to win. Jesus Christ, I'm not that stupid. Monster hasn't hit me that hard. Andrew, who are you going with?
All over Zanahir here. Seems to be kind of forgotten horse for one bad run. Tom's blown a lot of smoke up Calixios' arse. I just don't like him as a horse. I don't know. No, to be fair, I think he could be a lovely. I think he could be a super horse in the future. But who on earth is taking the 10-1 about him for next year's champion hurdle is beyond me. Like, he's a 3-mile chaser. He's as Andrew was saying there, he's a big burly horse. I think something could actually be a bit sharper than him at Punchestown. I think Zanahir's more that type of horse. Bizarre run in the Triumph Hurdles, very keen, then looked like he's going to be well beast, then stuck on again. I don't know. I think if Jack Kennedy had his time again, he'd maybe ride him a little bit differently. So I'm hoping that maybe we'll have learned from those errors. I still can't get over what he did at Ferryhouse earlier in the season. It was as good a juvenile performance as I've ever seen. And I think he could come back to winning ways here. And I think he's more likely I don't know whether he's going to progress into being as good as a champion hurdle horse, but he's more likely to be a champion hurdle horse than Quilixios, who's going to be a staying chaser in time. So I'd be taking him maybe to be a little bit sharper than the favourite.
Lovely. That's everyone.
That's everyone.
Final decisions.
Hot on colours.
Andrew is Annie here. Tom, you are
Quilixios, and Quilixios has got a turn of foot as well. He's not just a slow boat to China. I agree. He's got stayer written all over him, but there is a turn of foot there as well.
Yeah, he took off up the hill. I'd agree with that now.
He put that race to Leopardstown. He put that race to bed at Leopardstown very quickly, and then just kept going. He put it to bed in 3 or 4 strides. So no knocking Quilixios.
Well, putting a race to bed against Bustleton, geez, I could do that. Like,
Bustleton wasn't even second. St. Sam was second, so that's not too bad.
Yeah, okay.
Jesus Christ!
Oh yeah.
I thought you and Tom argued more than a bloody married couple. Now the witch is getting in on
I don't even need to know.
You've been dumped.
Yeah.
Right, before we get on to our naps, the next best for the whole week, just more or less next 5-10 minutes you've left for again. Envoi Allen at 15-10 to win the Novice Chase. You can get 7-4 Minella Indo to win the Gold Cup. You get the Hans Double at 15-2 for Sire Du Berlais Energumene to win. You can get 18-10 on Honeysuckle and Bob Olinger both to win. You can get 6s for Tell Me Something Girl to win the Mayor's Champion Hurdle. And you can get, which looks probably the best one of the lot, is Quilixios at 2-1 to win the 4-year-old champion hurdle. Right, on to naps, next best, and then other horses to follow for the week. Go around for the naps first, Dave. Start with you.
My nap is Sky Ace.
Tom, your nap is
Quilixios.
Andrew, your nap will be
bizarre this, but the auction hurdle on Wednesday, the 4:15 at Punchestown, Euro TF for Willie Mullins. Mullins' only entry in the race. He's far too good for them. I don't know. Your man Aubrey McMahon might ride him because of I think the family owns it. If I'm being brutally honest, I'd prefer somebody else on him, but I still think he'll win even with him on him. So I think Euro TF is a class above.
Out for everyone today, Andrew.
No, but that's like saying David Maxwell. Like, you'd prefer Harry Cobden on a Paul Nicholls horse than David Maxwell. But
I think Aubrey's going to be a bit pissed off getting compared to David Maxwell.
No, but like, you'd prefer Paul Townend on a lot of horses.
This is literally like a reincarnation version of our text group, but now it's Andrew and Tom.
I've enjoyed it.
Dave's just sitting back today. Dave will come in about something about the coronavirus now, Andrew, and me and him will kick off for an hour or two.
Now, literally, our text group is just literally, it's like this. They have been together for the last 40 years, and they just look for a way to set each other off.
I'll do it.
Genuinely, that's what it's like.
I'll do it right now, Andrew. I'm getting my vaccine on Tuesday. Whoop whoop.
Now, I told you he was 66.
I did like that response. No, it's because I got asthma, but I can't believe I'm getting it before you, Dave. It's shocking, but anyway.
I got offered it.
And you didn't want it?
No.
See, this is what sets us off now.
No, we're not doing it now.
This is where
you can do it after. You can do it after.
Because why would that set you off? If you want to take it, you can take it. If I don't want to take it, I don't have to take it.
Exactly. You don't.
Simple as that.
See, we're learning to disagree.
Woosah. My nap is Minella Indo for the Gold Cup.
Next best?
Yeah.
A hot Uncle Oars in the 4-year-old hurdle.
Tom?
Next best is Magic Days in the listed hurdle on Thursday, 7:05.
Absolute scumbag robber.
Oh, the close, is it?
Yeah. Certainly. Steering job.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what price that is. I think that's got a lot of ability and a bright future, that one.
Andrew, yours is?
Not sure where he's going to run, but Thursday 3:40 handicap hurdle. Not a great race, but 5 helmets of Gavin Cromwell is a very well handicapped horse of 121. Won the last twice, so I think he was an 80 rated horse on the flat. I think he wins whichever handicap hurdle he turns up in. He's still in that 80 to 125 grade. He'll win wherever he goes.
Yeah, as I said, my next best is Magic Days in the 7:05 on the Thursday. I think she'd win that. And the other horses, Jessica Harrington thing.
The first race on Wednesday, Jessie usually has a horse in the handicap hurdle, and she's one entry this year. It's a JP McManus horse called Guiri. I'm going to pronounce it Guiri. If that actually runs, I would say it's going to be a good each way price, and she does have placed horses and wins the races. She aims a horse at it, so that'll be one for me.
She has won it a few times. And yeah, we still don't
that horse a few times, David. He's let me down, but yeah, he's definitely got ability.
Andrew, any other ones for you?
Yeah, 2. First race at the 3:45 on the first day, quite like a horse called Clever Currency. Paul Flynn's. I think he's an improving horse. Dennis O'Regan's on him in a handicap there. He's a 4-year-old as well, so he gets a bit of weight. I think he's got a good chance. And also on what race? It's Wednesday, the 4:50, the Louis Fitzgerald Hotel Hurdle. I quite like Get My Drift, a Mouse Marshals. I think he's a lovely horse. JP owns him. He won a maiden around Leopardstown at Christmas time. He could be a lovely chaser in the future, and I think he's got a good chance at that type of level.
Tom, for you?
Yeah, I've got 2 more as well. One of which is obviously a Henry de Bromhead horse. And it's taken a bit of a chance, but she likes good ground. She's only had one run at the start of April behind Ellie May. Abbey Magic is entered in the handicap chase on Wednesday. 2 mile 4. As I say, goes on better ground, likes better ground. Has got some decent form there. Actually took her over to Ascot and she got beat behind First Flow, but that was on soft ground. She'll be an interesting one. And the other one is a shout out to one of the listeners to the show, actually. Connor. His family have a really, really nice horse called Broomfield Hall, who bolted up in a point-to-point bumper at Tipperary at the end of March. Apparently, she's entered in the grade 3 on Wednesday. Grade 3 bumper on Wednesday. She'll go under the radar a bit because she's trained by Willie Burke, but he's a man who can get the job done. And she's interesting. She's got a lot of ability that man.
Very good. I have 2. First one is on Friday, the 4:15, the Grade A handicap chase, Chatham Street Lad. This race always shows up a very good horse. Look, he's won over 3 miles last time. He'd be up around top weight. I think he's a lot better than anything else than this, and top weights have a good record in this race. So Chatham Street Lad, 4:15 on Friday. And my other one is Some Neck in the Latouche Cup. It's a bad Latouche. Tiger Rose not going to run it. Well, I don't think he's going to run it.
Well, they should run him.
Huh?
It's where they should run him.
They should run it, but it probably won't. It's not a good field at all. He was coming off the back of a third at Cheltenham. Some load of old timers in this. He's the one on the up. I know he's a 10-year-old, but it's only his 4th run over the cross country for courses. He was 3rd over course and not course and distance, but over the course behind Never Rush Khan. And I think he will take some beating in that. So that is that, as they say. Anything else now before we go? Any other ones that you want to throw out for during the week or away from Cheltenham?
Punchestown.
Punchestown. I just seen Cheltenham was on and I was going through Friday. No? Yes? Any flash yaks that caught your eye?
No, it was a poor weekend. The Guineas is on next week, but I'm sure we'll touch on that Wednesday. So.
Yes, we will. Right, so we'll stop there. Andrew, appreciate coming on again, as always, pal.
Thank you very much. Pleasure.
And we are back on Wednesday with our preview of the English 1,000, 2,000 guineas, and we're not going to talk about Punchestown. And we will be back also on Wednesday. We are starting our Royal Ascot anti-post previews. It's a new thing that we're going to try out. So 6 weeks from next week up to...
Tom is like, oh my God, what am I going to do?
You're absolutely buzzing with this.
Yeah, sure, I have 2 already.
I have none.
No, I don't even know what race is wrong.
You better start looking, so.
Can I do a guide to what car park is best to have a picnic in before the races?
No.
Okay.
No, just we'll do a wine tasting section just for you.
You picked out a good one last year, so you can try again now this year.
Who did you pick out last year?
Golden Horde.
Oh, yes. Yeah, she did.
I'll sit down and have a look at it. It's
you
just
put
not
your
like
mind to it, you can do anything.
It's just not like Cheltenham when you've got horses in your mind like all the time. Like you could say to any of the 4 of us now, give us a horse for, any of the top 10 races at Cheltenham and you'd have a horse. But like Ascot, I would not have a Scooby-Doo until I sit down and look at it.
I have one. I'll keep it for next week, though.
Yeah.
Anyway, we will finish now. Everyone, thanks again for joining us on this Cheltenham. God damn, he's Cheltenham in my head now. Punchestown preview. You have another, say, 5 minutes to get on these enhanced prices, which are all in the description of the Facebook and YouTube. But again, Andrew, thanks for joining us again. And everyone, we were back on Friday, Wednesday, Sunday. Jesus Christ, what day is it? It's Sunday now. We're back Wednesday.
You're not drinking Monster again.
We are back Wednesday with our English 1,000, 2,000 guineas preview. So again, lads, thanks for watching. Keep liking, subscribing, and we'll see you again on Wednesday.